Well, welcome. If you're watching this video, you're probably considering joining the ADHD coaching group that Eliza and I are doing, focused on burnout recovery and prevention. And this video is a chance for you to meet Eliza and me, to get a little sense for what it would be like to join the group. We'll answer a few questions that you might have. And really, it's to hopefully help you know, yeah, I want to join this group, or no, maybe this isn't a good fit for me. And so, Eliza, should I jump in with the first question, or is there anything you'd want to tag in here at the beginning?
No, just other than I'm Eliza, and I'm excited to share with all of you guys a little bit about what we're hoping to accomplish with this group.
So, Eliza, first question for you. Could you answer this? Who would be an ideal group member for this ADHD group coaching program focused on burnout?
So, adults 26 and up who have an ADHD diagnosis or identify with ADHD symptoms are absolutely welcome. This group often seems to bring in the ADHD individuals who identify as high performers. So they've had lots of successes in their life, and they've also had an ADHD diagnosis or have had ADHD symptoms that they've carried with them throughout their life. Open to both men and women. And it's anyone who's really interested in getting to really understand what their ADHD experience is like as it intersects with their experiences of burnout. Is there anything else that you want to add, Nate, in terms of who might be a good fit as well?
Yeah, I think anyone that's struggled to understand their burnout and be able to recover from it or prevent it. So if you've been through the burnout cycle many times before, if you're currently stuck in it and you need help, I think this would be a great option to come and because this group, it's not just to learn about burnout and to give you some education, some tips, some tricks. That this group really is designed for people that want to recover. And so we're invested in learning about you and your specific brain, your specific context, and helping you understand what the causes of your burnout are. And then from that, being able to create the tailored plan that will help you be able to recover. And so if you're in that place of you haven't been able to do it on your own, joining a group program like this, I think would be an ideal fit.
Especially that group aspect. So that leads us to a really great question we can ask here too of why are we promoting a group setting over maybe just individual one-on-one work? What are we trying to accomplish in a group versus the one-on-one?
Good question. I mean, for some people, individual work might be the best for burnout recovery, but for most people, a group setting is much better. And there's several reasons for that. We could touch on a few. One of the big ones is just the groups are powerful. And so the healing that can happen in a group setting oftentimes happens quicker and on a deeper, more powerful level. So people change quite a bit being able to be in a group program. And one of the reasons for that is, of course, you have the relationship with Eliza and with me, but then you have the relationships with the other group members. And when it comes to healing from something like trauma or compassion fatigue, it happens so much better in a group setting. And one of the reasons for that is because when you're with people that really know you and care about you deeply, that compassion and empathy and people really being able to witness your story, but then also witness you changing and helping you change, is powerful. And then, of course, as trust develops too, then people can do a good job of catching your blind spots and helping you see the ways that you're maybe getting stuck and help you get unstuck so much quicker. And there's such value with being able to be with people that truly care about you. And there's so much value too that you don't get in individual work with being able to see the ways that you're the same as the other group members and being able to say, oh my goodness, yes, that's exactly how I feel. That's what my situation is. And it's just as valuable to have the experience with the differences, ways that people think and feel and have different ways that they live their life. And there's just as much learning and growth and change that happens in that way. So there's so much vicarious learning that happens just with being other people and seeing the work that they're doing, but then being able to take ownership yourself with your change and your goals and the things that you want to do in the group. So those are some of the reasons why a group setting is better. And I'll just tag on one more thing, and Eliza, you probably have some things you could share. But because you're getting the relationship with Eliza and me, but then with the group members, there's so much more learning that can happen after the group ends or outside of group sessions. And when there are people in the group that you really connect with, and you want someone to be your accountability partner, or you want someone to set up weekly body doubling meetings with you, or so there's it can't be understated the value of the relationships that you can develop with the people that will be joining this group with you.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we hear a lot in the ADHD world is the benefit of connection. Ned Hallowell, as many of you maybe are familiar with him already, so he's a psychiatrist and specializes in ADHD. He makes this joke about all ADHDers need vitamin C, the actual nutrient, but also the other vitamin C of connection. So there's very few things in life that are more powerful than being connected with people who really see you and who really get you. And it's this mutual respect. And I think that's really hard to come by, especially in this day and age where there's a lot of isolation and loneliness. And, you know, with imposter syndrome too, of like, we got to keep this look, and it's tough to keep that look up all the time. So when you can see that other people have similar struggles and similar challenges, we're not happy that other people are struggling, but knowing that someone has been through it or is going through it and gets it, it changes how we're able to show up for ourselves and for other people.
100%. And that's something that we can talk about, and I'm sure you understand on like a conceptual level, but it's so fun in group when it starts to happen and people really feel it. And an analogy I've used before is group work. It's kind of like going swimming, getting in a pool, where if you talk about getting in a pool, you talk about swimming, you kind of get an understanding of what it's like. But if you actually get in the water, get in the pool, you get into a group, then you really know, oh, this is what Eliza and Nate are talking about. This is that kind of healing, that compassion, that connection that hopefully I'm getting in other areas of my life. But if not, a group is a wonderful, wonderful place for that.
And especially bringing in the ADHD piece too. You know, we talk a lot about feeling different and knowing that we're different. And it's great to have connection with people in general, but when you're also able to find people who have brains that work very similar to yours, that is also a powerful experience, because it can feel very isolating to have ADHD and also be that high performer, where there's some of these disconnects of like, you're really, really successful in some of these other areas, and then other areas that you think should be easy are more challenging for you. And so seeing other people who have that similar setup to that similar neurology is also powerful in and of itself. And again, you may be getting great connection outside of this group, but finding your people who have that same brain is just a different kind of connection.
Yes, yes. So Eliza, you're a busy woman. You have a thriving practice. You're doing a lot of ADHD coaching with individuals. You're doing a lot of group coaching. You're getting asked to present at conferences and give trainings, and of course your personal life. There's a lot going on there. So you're a busy person. A lot is going, seeming, at least from the outside perspective, seeming to go really, really well in your life. And so I'm curious, why are you wanting to run an ADHD coaching group for burnout recovery?
Because I'm a burnout recoverer. I'm very, very passionate about the unique things that come with ADHD, the strengths as well as the challenges. And so burnout is a challenge that I think many people face. But as I said, we are more likely to experience it for a number of different reasons. And so the reason I wanted to start this group was actually inspired from a talk I went to that Nate gave at the ADHD conference on burnout. And when I could hear him talk about the different stages of burnout, I was able to really see my life, or, certain eras in my life where I was in these different stages and I eventually was in a burnout. And so having that language to understand that experience has then helped me set up my current reality to be sustainable to a certain degree. There are red flags I know that I can look for because I now have this language to describe and assign, to a category of where I am in a burnout experience. And so that was really powerful for me to be able to have that language and have like a model to apply my life to, so that I could stay in a happy space of having all of these different things going on. And when I had that language, it helped me be able to be kinder to myself, make decisions that were intentional and beneficial, so that I could continue to work toward the goals that I had without feeling like, oh, you're just trying to get out of doing that thing. So it really, really helped me understand what I need as an individual with ADHD to be able to move toward my goals in a sustainable way.
So if I want to learn more information about the group, or if I'm just ready to sign up for the group, how would I do that?
So if you are fired up and ready to go, you can go right on over to our website, or my website, neuralrevolution.com. You can find the group coaching section and select the burnout recovery group. And there'll be more information on that page as well, logistics, specifics, and an opportunity to register if you're interested.
And we'd love it if you were to register this round and join us. And if not, stay tuned. We'll be doing more of this down the line.